Okay,
It's all right. I think we are
we are
on.
on.
It's
Hey,
recording.
girl.
All right. Oh my goodness. Hello world.
Hello, world.
Okay. Can you hear me fine? Am I
Perfect.
moving?
I
Am I
see you.
there?
You're moving. You're not
All right.
paused. I hear you clearly.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So you guys, Erica and I have been fighting with this camera situation all day. We were trying to, make sure that we did a whole show that just didn't work out
Yeah.
because we use a different app. So
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna try to redo this again. But yeah, world, hello. Welcome to Laeticia and Erica's talk show. Okay.
Hello.
Where
We're
we're
so
just gonna
excited
be
to be here and
yes.
to be able to record finally.
I know, man.
Yeah.
Seriously. I mean, nothing crazy, nothing fancy. Just me and my girl Erica. We're gonna talk about life, everything about life, and
Mhm.
we're just gonna share our thoughts about a whole bunch of stuff. And we're gonna invite you guys to comment and let us know what else you want to talk about. But before we get into deep, we're just gonna introduce ourselves so you guys get to know us and who we are. And
Yep.
we'll start with Erica.
Okay, I'm Erika Pezzella. Some people know me as Mrs. Italy, and I'm just excited to be here. I have 4 kids, and um, just it's just great for us to be able to be here and just to talk about life and things in life, like our views about different things about women, about children, about everything, marriage, everything. So I'm just excited to be here and to be able to share my views, my life, my story. I live in
Mhm.
Virginia. So here now it's cold. I don't know about you, Laeticia, over there, but here we're in the
It's a little
50s
bit.
today. You're such a show off.
Yeah,
Huh?
it's not that cold.
But
It was cold last night. Last night was
yeah.
freezing.
We have to share. Today it was actually, there was
Oh
like little
goodness.
drops of snow actually. So anyway, little, I don't know if I
Oh,
if
I
I
don't
can
miss
say drops
snow.
of snow, droplet, whatever. Anyway, flurries of snow.
Flurries.
Yes.
Yes.
So anyway, I'm just happy to be here, to be able to share with everyone and to be a part of this, especially because I'm with my girl, Miss Congo, Laeticia, and the two of us, like, I don't know, we just click like that. We just click. We just like, we have so much to always talk about. We can talk all day.
Yeah,
Like, it doesn't even matter what we're
I
talking
know.
about. So I'm just happy that we can bring the world into this and just like just share. It's nice
Yes.
since we're all like
Yeah.
everybody's in their own homes. People are working from home. We don't go out much. It's nice for
Hmm.
us to be able to have this platform where we can all just meet up, at least even once a
Yeah.
week, once a month, whenever. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I
Yeah.
love that. And you're definitely right. You and I always, we have like an unending conversation, and it's always inspiring. It's always great. We always like kind of take it out. I mean, take something great out of it. And I always love having conversations with you. And I'm glad that we are going to put it in this platform and just share with other women and just build and mellow and just talk. As everyone know, I'm Leticia, also known as Miss Congo, and the founder of the Miss Congo Foundation. Erica is actually the president of Miss Congo. She's always been so supportive with all my ventures, and she's always ready to go. So I'm really, really glad that you guys get to see a part of her that I love so much. And
And let me
yeah, like,
interrupt you there. Let me interrupt you. I just wanted to congratulate you on the opening of your store, Miss CEO. I'm so proud of you for all this because I know you're doing it because it's also in support of the Miss Congo Foundation, which helps orphans and women in Africa. And I'm just so
mhm.
glad, so proud to be a part of this. And I'm so proud of you because you have this
Thank
vision
you.
and you're executing your vision, and it's just, I just wanted to say I'm really proud of you and congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you so much. That means a lot coming from you, and you've always been so supportive. So thank you for being here and rocking with me, girl. And I'm gonna be taking you everywhere I go. Like we going.
Yes. But tell us where
Yeah.
your
So
store is. Where's the store situated? Let
yeah.
us know.
So I relocated in Georgia, and God just opened doors for me. So we're actually located in a mall so we are in Kennesaw, Georgia, which is, I think, it's like 25 minutes away from like downtown Atlanta or something like that. I'm still learning the area, but we are in a mall called Town Center at Cobb. It's in Kennesaw, Georgia, and it's a really great place. A great mall, a whole bunch of stores here. I'm actually right across from H&M and right next to Macy's.
Okay.
So, which is really exciting because I get to steal Macy's and H&M's customers.
Nice,
Well,
nice.
yeah, we're there. It's really great. As you know, 50% of the proceed of this store goes towards the Miss Congo Foundation. And the only reason why I decided to actually start, we started selling online first. And it was because, especially with the pandemic, it was hard to raise funds or even do fundraisers or anything like that. And I had to figure out a way to still fund, the foundation and not, and kind of keep business moving. And I love fashion, as you know, and I love my foundation. And why not combine them together and do both things that I love and have one help the other, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, girl. Well, it's funny because, we just did a show and we lost the whole content. And I feel
Oh
like we talked
gosh.
about so many things, but I feel like, as we said, we're going to keep this natural, just two girls, two women having conversations.
Yeah.
And one thing I always admire from you is your motherhood. Like, you carry it so well. You have 4 children. I have one, and I feel like that's a lot. So I know you
I
got
know
quadruple the trouble. How
it's
do you manage it? You
crazy.
manage it, and you do it with, you just do it so effortlessly in my eyes, and I know it's not easy. How do you cope with being a mom, a wife, a businesswoman, a
Mhm.
career woman? How do you do it?
Well, it's a lot of work, but first of all, I have a strong support system, families around and all that. And so that helps a lot. Like, I'm not going to take it away
Yeah.
from anyone. Like, a family really helps. And, being here in the US, it's not like in Africa, there's always people around and all that. But I was blessed enough to have family that was
Hmm.
always available there for me. My mom, my mother-in-law, they were always
Yeah.
there for me. And so that was one great thing. But I think the big thing that as women, we want everything in the house, at home, everything around us in our lives to be perfect. And
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
having my fourth, I had him after 9 years, but my three
Hmm.
first ones, they were like really close in age. In fact, my second and third are less than a year apart.
Hmm.
So it was like I had
Wow.
twins, and so I learned through that. I learned that everything doesn't have to be perfect in life. It's fine to have a
Hmm.
water spill somewhere. It's fine to have writing on the wall. You'll take care of it when it
Hmm.
comes, but don't stress about it, and then
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then as they grow, you find that, oh, they become your little helpers. They become, everything changes. And so
Hmm.
I actually feel like, oh, I miss having little scribbles on the wall. Sometimes I miss someone just
Yeah.
jumping in
Yeah.
bed with me. Now they're teenagers and they're
Yeah.
all in their rooms and with their friends. So, it's just
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
stages of life, and we just have to like learn to appreciate all these stages,
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
That is so true.
go
Do you think there's a difference because you have 2 boys and 2 girls, which is like perfect, right? So do you
ahead.
think there's a difference between raising girls and raising boys, or do you just kind of balance it out?
I think you kind of balance it out, but with girls, I don't know, maybe it's just me, this is my opinion. I feel like with my girls, I'm more protective over them. I'm just more I want to be there more for them. I want them to know that I'm their mom, but I'm also their friend. Like they can come to me with anything. I don't want them to face
Mm-hmm.
the big world out there, not knowing who to
Mm-hmm.
talk to when it's time to talk to
Yeah.
someone, you know? And so I just
Yeah.
want them to know that I'm
Yeah.
always there to talk to, no matter how good or how terrible a situation is.
Yeah.
I am here. Like I
Mm-hmm.
am gonna be that pillar
Yeah.
that I talk to. And with my
Yeah.
boys,
Yeah.
it's kind of the same. Like it's kind of the same, but with them, I'm more like, this is how the world is, and you have to be tough, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I know, like in this day and age, we want our girls to be tough. We want our boys to be tough. I want my girls to be tough, but I
Yeah.
want them to
Yeah.
know that I'm here
Yeah.
for them too. So, yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. That's interesting. I'm so glad you mentioned that. Especially mentioning that you want to be more of like your daughter's friend at the same time. I know a lot of parents are like, I'm not your friend. You're under my roof, and
Yeah.
all that stuff. And that's kind of how I think we were kind of raised. I don't know about you,
Hmm.
but like,
Yeah.
even when I think about my mom, I love my mom. She is the world to me. But when we were younger, especially teenage years, my mom was always saying, I'm not your friend. And she was very
Yeah.
strict. And I actually appreciate her strictness now that I'm older. But she was so strict that even like when I won Miss Congo, or when I participated in Miss Congo USA in 2005, I never told her, because her thing was school, 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 school. I
Yeah.
couldn't do any other after school activities. And back then, I was kind of a pro in my school. I was in track and like I was doing a lot. But a
Mhm.
lot of the good things that were happening to me, I was afraid to tell my mother. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
something is in my eye. I was
Mhm.
afraid to tell her because I thought she would just be mad, or she would send me back to Africa or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Because that was a threat all the time. A lot of African moms or parents do that. Like, you do something, we'll send you back home. So I was genuinely afraid. Like, I couldn't tell her. And now, like, even when I think about it, she's always saying, "Well, I don't remember." I'm like, "Yeah, because I didn't tell you because I was
Mhm.
afraid of you." You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
do. Although, like I said, I appreciate my mother. I now, as I'm older, I do appreciate the fact that she was tough. But I do wish that she was kind of like, not like don't have to be my friend, but have in that
Yeah.
level where I didn't have to hide anything from my mother. And I
Mhm.
think that's kind of what I am trying to do with my daughter too. Like, I want to be strict, but I don't want to be too strict to where she's hiding even the happiest moments. Like, I couldn't even tell my mom when I got my period.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
remember she told me, she was like, she asked me, so why didn't you tell me? I was just like, I don't know. That's because I was scared. I don't know
Yeah.
why, but it's
Exactly.
just, and I think it's really important, especially in today's world, right?
Mhm.
Like, I'm not even talking about my generation, and I'm in my early 30s, right? But it's like,
Mhm.
in today's generation, it's so different. I think like it's so important for parents to have certain type of conversations with their child, kind of giving them that ease. I don't think that yes, I know that some children need certain, that strictness to get them back together, but I think still having more of an open conversations where your children don't feel scared of you, or don't feel that they can't come to you with everything, because there's so much going on these days. You
It's
know what I mean? And even, yeah, even with boys, it's like, what type of conversation you want to have with your boys now, because
yeah.
and you have black boys, so there's a lot
Exactly.
going on. We'll get into all of that later, but there's a
Yeah.
lot going on, where, so I'm glad that you do have that open relationship. And I've seen you with your daughter, with Kara especially, and I love it, because it's like, you have that freedom. And of course, I don't think that you would always know everything they do, because we've been kids too.
Yeah.
But at least, yeah, at least if you know like 98%, and my
That's
child could do this or could not do this,
that's good
I
enough.
think that's
Yes, and
important.
it's true. And
So I'm so glad you mentioned it.
yeah, I always say I'd rather teach my kids what I think about a situation rather than them learning from a stranger, you know? And so
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
why I feel
Yeah.
really strongly about that, because I don't know, I know what I'm teaching them, but I don't know what their friends are teaching them at school, or some
Yeah.
teacher. And just thinking that my
Mm-hmm.
child cannot tell me stuff, and but they feel comfortable
Yeah.
telling someone else, it's kind of like, uh no, I don't want
Yeah.
that,
That
really.
hurts.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah. Definitely.
that's a bit about kids.
Yeah. I know. And it's
Uh,
funny, I do want I want us to act I want actually to our viewers, if you are viewing this, please comment and kind of let us know how do you parent, right? What do you think about what we just talked about? Again, we're just trying to be as natural as possible. How do you parent, and what do you think about what's happening in today's society? You know what I'm saying? I feel like even just 10 years ago, things changed drastically. Like things just changed quickly, as far as everything, as far as how a child is actually supposed to be a child. Our children are exposed to so much now. Like our children are really exposed to so much
yes.
that I personally don't even feel comfortable of them being exposed to. But
Yeah.
how do you parent our viewers? What do you think about what's happening in child education now? How do you educate your parents? Are your children your
Exactly.
friends, or are you just strictly
Uh-huh.
so
I think it's
yeah, please let us
important.
know.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
important for us to all be able to share, because I give my
Yeah.
point of view, you give your point of view, but it's so nice when many people give their points of view, and we can each understand where everyone is coming from, and what they, we can help
Mhm.
each other in so many ways, even
Yeah. Yeah.
parenting, whatever it is,
Yeah.
we can help each other. And
Right.
also, I just wanted to point out to our viewers again that this this is not a show where I talk and Laeticia talks. It's a show where we all participate. We want our viewers to
Hmm.
participate. We want them to tell
Yeah.
us. We want
Global
you to tell us what
communication.
you think, what anything positive. Even if you disagree with
Yeah.
us, let us know why, and how, what you think different from us. We want to open our
Hmm.
minds, we want to open the world's minds to different views.
Right. Right.
And we
Yeah.
really love you all to participate, and to give
Yeah.
us your views, and to contribute to this show.
Yeah.
Tell us who you want to
Exactly.
see on the show. Maybe we can have some
Yeah.
guest speakers. Maybe we can
Hmm.
invite people. Tell us if you want us to be, I don't know, what you want to see. Do you want to see our cities where we're living in? Do you want to see, I don't know, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Just let us know. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And we wanted to, we want to keep it respectable. We want to keep it nice, and we just want to have conversations, and like Erica said, to just hear everyone's opinion and share. Let's educate each other. There's so much going on in the world today, especially with children. Like I get anxiety just thinking about my daughter she's like 4 now, like she's supposed to start school, like kindergarten next year. It's just like I think about all of that. What are the schools teaching my child? Like, what are they really learning? So I
Hmm.
actually even one time thought about homeschooling her, but I'm like, for her it might not work out because she loves being around other people and all that stuff. So you're definitely right. Okay,
Yeah.
well,
She's like her mommy. Her
that's
mommy is very
interesting.
social.
Yeah, and I get it from my mama too.
Yeah,
So
yeah, you're very social.
it just goes around. Yeah, we just
Mhm.
love people. We love connecting with people and having conversations, and just doing that. Um, so one thing we talked about earlier was Thanksgiving, and I wanted to bring this up because people are so big about Thanksgiving and the whole fiesta of it all, and I feel like the African community, we just like remix it. It's something like we don't have beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes. Like we have fufu, makemba.
Yes.
We have everything else that America don't eat.
Hmm.
And and as you probably know, like I was big. I'm still big at like having really big Thanksgiving dinner and being with the family. But this year, because obviously I've been tired, caught up with the new store and everything, my mom and I just decided, hey, we're gonna go out to eat. We're gonna go out and just have dinner at a restaurant and just be within us and just relax because the next day we gotta work.
Yeah.
What did you do? What did you do for Thanksgiving?
Well, for Thanksgiving, I went for a late lunch with my kids. And then after that, I went for a dinner. A really close friend of mine, she invited us for dinner. So I had dinner with some close friends and the kids, of course. And
Hmm.
it was really nice. You know,
Yeah.
having the late lunch thing was same reason as you. Like, I didn't want to cook, I didn't want to deal with cleaning, cooking, and all that stuff, and
Hmm.
it was just me and the kids. So I was like, why not just
Yeah.
take it easy? We can wake up late, we can have a just a day of relaxation and
Yeah.
go eat out, you know. So that was
Yeah.
basically it. Yeah, the reason why
Yeah.
I didn't want to do
Yeah.
all that. Yeah. Hmm.
No, that was me. Like I think for me, I was just so exhausted with everything, and I was like, you know what? I felt bad later on because I'm like, oh, I want to give my daughter that like Thanksgiving dinner. But then again, when we were at the restaurant, she didn't even want to eat. She wasn't there. She was on her tablet. Like she didn't want to be bothered. So
She doesn't
I
care.
was, she wouldn't even eat the turkey. Like she's really picky, so she wouldn't eat the turkey. But yeah, I mean, it is interesting. Sometimes we want to keep a certain tradition all the time, and we force ourselves. And it takes a toll on us emotionally, mentally, physically, financially.
Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh.
it's like sometimes it's okay to kind of think about alternatives and do
Hmm.
other things that's not going
Yeah,
to take so much out of
it's
you. So
true.
I'm glad that we did that.
And
Yeah.
as moms, we do get tired. We do get exhausted. Not only did you just open a store, you're a mom. You have to, you have to be that mom to your daughter, and she's not gonna wait and say, "Oh, mom, rest," and then when you're done resting, you can come back and be my mom. No, so it's a
Yeah.
full-time job, and it gets stressful. And if anything can help you, like, if like you don't need to cook on this day, you don't have to.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
Nothing is definite. Nothing is, oh,
Yeah.
you have to do this. You
All
also
the
have to
time.
take care of
Right.
your own well-being, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think it's important. I think as moms, we put so much pressure on ourselves sometimes. And I don't think it's just ourselves, it's even the society, people around us. People around us, like, as we always put so much pressure. It's like you have to do this because you're a mom, you got to do, like, I've watched so many women over the years, exhausted, and they couldn't do it, but they're gonna put on that Thanksgiving dinner, and they're gonna, just because they want to keep tradition and forgetting about their own personal health, and the next day they're hospitalized. And
Mhm.
so it's important to just kind of sometimes, double check your traditions, your
Yes,
routines, and
exactly.
see what works for you, what works for all of us. I mean, for me, like, this pandemic was an eye opener for me. Like, it was something that I had to realize that I had to make some tough decisions, and I had to make decisions that would benefit me, my health,
Mhm.
my
Yeah.
emotions, my mental state of mind, and all of that. And I think, knowing that tomorrow is not promised, knowing that, and just seeing the numbers. It's funny, like, we know people die all the time. We know all of that. But with, like, this pandemic, the COVID, and seeing the numbers every day of how many people, and then having your neighbors, your
Mhm.
friends, people in your
Yeah,
family passing,
family.
it kind of gives you a different perspective in life. And for me, it's just like, my health is so important. Like, I have to
Yeah.
make sure that my mental state of mind, like, I am good up here, I'm good here.
Mhm.
And in order for me to be a good mom, in order for me to be a good daughter, a good sister, a good friend, I have to make sure that I'm mentally stable, and to be able to do that. So I
Mhm.
made some really tough decisions. Well, I call them easy decisions because I feel like there's certain decisions we hold on to things sometimes that we
That's
think is so good for us, or for whatever reason, when those things we hold on to are probably the very thing killing us,
killing us.
right? Or we're holding on for the wrong reasons. So, you know, that, and just being able to think about my personal health. So I've been moving a little differently with everything. I don't even know what I'm gonna do for for Christmas. Yeah, but no, I think we'll
I
do
have my
something.
Christmas plan, but my Christmas plan seems to be falling apart because I'm supposed to travel. I'm not supposed to go see my mom in Zambia, and now that's a red zone. Like the whole southern part of
Yeah.
Africa has become a red zone, and I'm like, no, I want to go. I want to see my mom. So, um, I don't know about those plans, but
Yeah.
hopefully they won't shut borders or anything like that. I hope.
Yeah.
I'm just praying for that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing with this pandemic. You never know. You don't know. You might have plans today, and those plans are shattered tomorrow. So,
Exactly.
I think you should have an alternative though. Like
I
maybe
know.
go somewhere else.
You
Maybe
know,
we should go to Puerto Rico.
maybe we should. You know what?
Yeah, we
I
can
was
trip
like
there.
this is my plan and I'm sticking to it. And now I'm like, oh, I should have plan B. Ah, okay.
Yeah,
And now it's
yeah,
kind of like, okay, 2 weeks before. Okay, let me think of an alternative. But we'll see. You know, at the end of it, I always say no matter what happens, God, it's God's plan. So I
yeah,
may have a plan, but I think God always has the bigger plan,
yeah,
you know. So
yeah, yeah,
it's okay, no matter what happens. I'm just like, okay, now let me deal with this
yeah,
day by day. You know, sometimes you just have
yeah,
to put everything on hold and say, okay, let me breathe and get through
yeah,
this day.
yeah,
You know, because
yeah,
yeah, it's how life. That's just part of life. So
yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because I've been like that.
Mhm.
Like I've,
Yeah.
I've really been like that where I'm just like, okay, I think for me is whatever that I'm doing that's going smoothly. I feel like, okay, that's what God wants me to do. God just wants me to do it. It's all right. But if I'm doing something, I feel like it's not going smoothly. There are bumps and all that stuff.
Mhm.
I feel like that's not what me to do. I'm just forcing it. So I'm just not gonna do it and look at
Yeah.
other stuff. But yeah, what advice do you want to give to women or okay, let me just say women, maybe to just people. What advice would you give them as far as we have the holidays, Christmas is coming, and we're still in a pandemic. What advice would you give people during this time of uncertainty?
I would say, you know, we should all focus on the positive things. You know, sometimes you may be going through such difficult times that you fail to see anything positive around you,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
And I
yeah.
think we've all been through situations like that. But, you know, all I can say is that, and sometimes like during like Christmas season, everything, families are together, people are celebrating, everything seems so
Mhm,
joyful out there, and yet you may be
mhm,
going through the toughest time of your life.
mhm, mhm.
But you know, I would say, you know, do what is good for you. Sometimes I wake up and I say, today Erika needs to do what is good for Erika, you know?
Yes,
And
yes.
whether it's just staying in bed all day and not doing
Mhm,
anything, or maybe
mhm.
going to the gym for 8 hours, I'm going to do what is good for me that day, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
And so don't look around. I know with social media, we look around and then we see like pictures of
yeah.
people with their families, they traveling, they
Mhm,
great time, but don't focus on that. Focus on you, your life, and how you can build
mhm.
yourself up. And
Yeah.
no matter how low down you are, trust me, there's always
Mhm.
room to go up. But when you're
Yeah.
down there, you probably can't go any lower. So look
Yeah.
forward to going
Yeah.
up. You know, it's like a
Yes.
ladder. You're at
Yeah.
the bottom of the ladder. You can't go any
Yeah.
lower. You're already down there, but you can focus on going up, you know? So
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
focus on the positive and not
Mhm.
so much on, oh, I'm alone these holidays. Oh,
Mhm.
you know, I don't have money. Oh, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just stuck in my house. No, let's just focus on,
Yeah.
no matter how small the positive can be, like, oh,
Yeah.
at least I'm
Yeah.
alive today, you know?
Yeah. 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 And I totally agree 100% of everything you said. I feel like sometimes you're right. Sometimes we don't look at the big picture. We're always looking at what I don't have, what didn't go right, what did this, and we forget to look at what we actually do have. actually have, right? It's like, okay, one thing didn't happen, but hey, you probably have both of your arms. There's someone out there that don't have both of their arms. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Yeah.
You have a car, there's someone that's taking a bus. You have a house, there's someone that lives outside. So you're right. Let's look at the positives, and also let's try to extend. Sometimes what I usually do, even when I feel like I'm low, even if I'm like I am down in any alley there is, whether it's financially, emotionally, I still try to do something positive as far as giving back to someone. That sometimes makes me feel better because it makes me realize I'm in a better place than someone. So maybe try to do something positive within your community. I mean, if you want to go, feed the homeless, or you want to go donate, or whatever you can do to also help within your community. There's so much going on if you just look around you. And maybe if you look at other people's lives around you, you would see that you may be in a better place than others. That's always worked for me. But yeah, so we're gonna leave it there. I don't
Yeah.
want us to go too far. I want
Yeah.
people to have a lot of questions in their minds. I want people to
Yes.
figure out what to ask us, and answer
Uh-huh.
some of the questions we've asked. And then we'll come back another day. So please,
Yes.
everyone, thank you for watching. If you watched us all the
Uh-huh.
way, share this video, share it in
Yes.
all of the platforms.
Yes.
Encourage people to, get on our YouTube page and subscribe and click on the
And
notification button.
yeah, and
Yeah.
let us know what you want to see, what you want us to talk about. If you
Yes.
want us to have any guest speakers, we can try and arrange that. Whatever you
Hmm.
want, let us know. This is not just a Leticia and Erica show, it's for everyone. So
Yeah.
that we'll
Let's all
really
be a part of
appreciate
it. Let's
it. Yes.
participate. Okay. Don't be
And
shy.
and Leticia, one thing that I would like to see on our show is I'd like to visit your store virtually. Um,
Yeah.
so that would be another segment, and probably we can
Yes.
do a Christmas edition, a Christmas
Yeah.
show. You
Maybe
know,
we can.
yeah.
Definitely.
Uh
Definitely.
huh.
I think that's a great idea. I think we're definitely, I mean, we have a lot in store for the people,
Yes.
especially, I love the conversation. So I hope our viewers loved it too.
Yeah.
We said what we had to say, guys. Tata,
Yes.
we'll see you later. We love you. God loves you. Stay
We
positive.
love you.
Love yourself. Value yourself. And have a great day and happy holidays.
Happy holidays.